Heya Cryptozens, tonight's show. Did Gensler say Bitcoin is a commodity? Anonymous vows to expose Kwon and Central African Republic's crypto hub to launch July 3rd. It's 10 p.m. Pacific and the date is June 27th, 2022. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nicodemus and I'll be your host. The cover model, mascot, and co-host for this podcast is Tex. And together we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. So take a minute, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast now, because we're here at 10 p.m. every night so that when you leave in the morning, you're taking with you the crypto news analysis that you need to start your day. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. Well, Gary Gensler might have given us just a little bit of hope. Yep, watershed moment over here, as the Securities Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler confirmed that he believes Bitcoin is a commodity, which is a heck of an admission if you think about it. Now, Bitcoin is the largest crypto. It is the king crypto, at least by market cap. If Bitcoin is a commodity, well, then that means it's not a security. And if it's not a security, it doesn't fall under the SEC. So, like I said, that's a big deal to give up on. Now, pay attention to what I said. He said Bitcoin. He didn't express the same sentiments towards all the other altcoin market. Not even Bitcoin's primary challenger, Ethereum. He said, quote, "Some like Bitcoin, and that is the only one I'm going to say. My predecessor has said it is commodity." Which is funny. The other night, we were just talking on this show about the SEC and Gensler and the CFTC, the Commodity Future Trading Commission. Well, on Monday, Gensler was talking with Jim Cramer on CNBC, and he was asked pretty much, how are things going with the CFTC? Because they're supposed to be working together to regulate digital assets, remember? And so he starts his typical thing, where he says the majority of the crypto market, which is a highly speculative asset class, is comprised of securities, just securities. He said, quote, "The investing public is hoping for a return, just like when they invest in other financial assets we call securities, and many of these crypto financial assets have the key attributes of a security. Some of them are under the Securities and Exchange Commission." However, something new happened. This time, Gary said something new. He granted that some cryptos could be considered commodities, and he notes some of his predecessors have been willing to do so. But that's just Bitcoin. He said, quote, "That's the only one I'm going to say because I'm not going to talk about any of the other tokens." And if Ethereum question is a big one, because ETH is a huge deal because of how important it is to DeFi. If the SEC indeed has jurisdiction over DeFi, and that's going to change a lot of things, the entire industry could be forced to accept SEC regulations or be kicked out of the country. Brian Quintas is former CFTC chair. Well, the CFTC has always kind of pushed back against the SEC on Ethereum. And Quintas once said, quote, "A futures contract on a security is both in the SEC's and CFTC's jurisdiction. A futures contract on a pure commodity is only in the CFTC's jurisdiction. And there is currently a futures contract on ETH. It is only under the CFTC's purview, which makes ETH a non-security commodity." Eleanor Terrett is a journalist at Fox Business. She tweeted, quote, "This is the second time in a month Gary Gensler has stated Bitcoin classifies as a commodity that should fall under the jurisdiction of the CFTC. He says, my predecessors and others have said they are a commodity. His predecessors have also said Ethereum is a commodity." She continued saying, quote, "It's interesting that he refuses to acknowledge Ethereum's status public, but has privately agreed with Senator Gillibrand and Senator Lummis's assertions that Ether is a commodity. Talk about confusion. Is this what Brad Garlinghouse meant by living in legal purgatory?" Now, I am greatly looking forward to seeing how these questions are answered and settled. As I said the other night, I know of at least 3 legislative packages that will sharply divide the lines between the CFTC and the SEC. And frankly, they hand a lot more power over to the CFTC and take it from the SEC. I don't know which one, if any, will pass. I don't know any of them are going to pass. I just know that until we get some basic questions of regulation settled, That's going to slow down mainstream adoption. And it doesn't have to be that way. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $939.52 billion. It's down 0.66% in 24. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin down 1.2%, Ethereum down 0.6%, Tether, USDC, and Binance Coin up 0.02%. Anonymous likes their activism like I like my economies. Decentralized. Which is part of how they've been able to stay active and out of jail for so long. They're decentralized. And, like them or hate them, they are effective. From Project Chanology, which was a series of attacks against the Church of Scientology, to helping Tunisians avoid surveillance during the Arab Spring, to their modern efforts in the Ukraine, right now there's a whole page on Wikipedia about Op Russia, which is kind of an umbrella term for their anti-Russia actions. Well, now they're coming after Do Kwon. They released a video on Sunday that put Do Kwon on notice. They said they were going to make sure Do Kwon is, quote, brought to justice as soon as possible. Now, obviously, this is in response to the Terra Luna Black Swan event. There is some disagreement on how much responsibility that Do Kwon bears for the whole thing. And Anonymous? It seems Anonymous is going to try to get to the bottom of it. They put out that video on Sunday, and it listed Anonymous's complaints against him, from his days with Basis Cash under the pseudonym Rick Sanchez, all the way to accusations of pilfering $80 million each month from Luna and UST prior to and potentially causing the crash. They said, quote, Do Kwon, if you are listening, sadly, there is nothing that can be done to reverse the damage you have done. At this point, the only thing we can do is hold you accountable and make sure you are brought to justice as soon as possible. And reportedly, they're looking into his entire history, all the way back to when he first started getting into crypto. And they warned him, saying, quote, Anonymous is looking into Do Kwon's entire history since he entered crypto space to see what we can learn and bring to light. There is no doubt that there are many more crimes to be discovered in your trail of destruction. Now, much has been made of Do Kwon's perceived arrogance in the past, and that is one of the things that Anonymous called him out on in their video. Arrogant tactics, they said, and acting like he would never fail. Their words. Now, a person here might be a little confused, because this is the same group that took shots at Elon Musk. That's right, they are not happy with his participation in the crypto markets either. Back in June of last year, they put out a video. They accused him of destroying lives by using his influence on Twitter to play with the markets. Now, here's something to know, and this isn't the first time that this has come up. Remember what I said at the top. Decentralized. There is no The Anonymous. That channel threatening Do Kwon, that is one of several channels claiming to be affiliated with Anonymous. There's no real official Anonymous channel around. How would you even describe or establish such a thing? Because you would have to out yourself as the leader type person in Anonymous. You probably catch more grief from Anonymous for saying you're one of the leaders than you would from any law enforcement. And maybe that has to do something with the reactions from the community, because they were mixed at best. If you look at the comments on the video and the things being said in crypto Twitter, you would see broad support for Anonymous's plans to go after Do Kwon. On the other hand, if you were to head over to Reddit, for example, that admiration is not at all universal. One commenter said, quote, Anonymous is so teen bop now. This Anon video is so non-threatening, it's almost bizarre. In any case, this just adds to the list of folks looking into Do Kwon and Terraform Labs. We reported here that the Grim Reapers have been reactivated. They're looking into fraud and illegal trading schemes. And the Korean authorities subpoenaed all the Terraform Labs employees. That's right, reportedly they can't leave the country. They're stuck in South Korea for the duration. And on top of that, Terraform Labs got hit with a $78 million fine for tax evasion. I foresee rough times for Do Kwon. The global NFT market cap is up over $12.15 billion. Sales volume is down 1.1% in 24 hours. According to CoinMarketCap, the top 5 NFT collections by sales volume are Other Deed, followed by Moonrunners, Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, and CryptoPunks. Now, keep in mind, some of these collections have very volatile prices, so do your own research. July 3rd. That is when the Central African Republic's Genesis event will begin. Now, the government of the Republic, they're hoping that this kicks off a huge local adoption as well as outside investments. The initiative is called Sango, and it is intended to kick off a new era for the Central African Republic, the CAR, and make it the most progressive economy in Africa. And they're hoping the blockchain will get them there. Now, Sango would be the CAR's first attempt at a crypto initiative since announcing that Bitcoin had been legalized in the country. And what it's meant to do, it's meant to be a place to work on policies like removing income and corporate taxes for the crypto industry, and they have their plans for a crypto island. Now, President Tudera tweeted out the announcement on Monday. He said, quote, "With Bitcoin as legal tender and inspiration, our country opens a new chapter in its inspiring journey towards a brighter future toward blockchain tech. Everyone is welcome to witness the Sango Genesis event that will be broadcast on the 3rd of July on http://sango.org. That's sango.org. Now, it was completely out of nowhere last April. I had Panama on my adoption bingo card. I had Turkey, Russia. I didn't have the Central African Republic on my adoption bingo card. I think he caught everybody by surprise when he signed off on that crypto legal framework, making it law. That signature turned Bitcoin into official currency. Now, that is a very interesting development because the CAR had been tied to the CFA franc. Well, this bill, whose passage was confirmed by the French news agency AFP, that was after hearing rumors about Bitcoin's adoption. And I tell you, there were people who needed that affirmation because it was such a shock. At the time, Chief of Staff Obed Namzio said, quote, "This move places the Central African Republic on the map of the world's boldest and most visionary countries." And at the time, other people weren't happy. Remember what happened when Bukele took El Salvador into crypto? The same thing has happened here. FUD from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Because just like they went after Bukele and El Salvador, they were going after the CAR. At the time, they said they'd repeatedly warned of, quote, "large risks associated with the use of Bitcoin on financial stability, financial integrity, and consumer protection." Which is okay, I guess. I mean, effectively, that's what they said to El Salvador. Now, the biggest problem for them is that IMF doesn't recognize Bitcoin as money, which makes it hard to trade internationally. Reputation-wise, things are starting off on kind of shaky ground because it was in May that they announced Sango. And in some of the paperwork, there is at least one version of this announcement that lists the World Bank as a supporter. Yeah, it said that the World Bank has, quote, "a $35 million development fund from the World Bank for the digitization of the public sector," which, while true, is misrepresented. In fact, those funds aren't even tied to the crypto hub at all. The World Bank went further, saying not only is the fund, quote, "unrelated to any cryptocurrency initiative," the World Bank also specifically said they were not supporting Sango. They said, quote, "We have concerns regarding transparency as well as the potential implications for financial inclusion, the financial sector, and public finance in large, in addition to environmental shortcomings." So I have to wonder who the Central African Republic president had in mind. He was expressing his sense of urgency to get this crypto hub off the ground when he tweeted out, quote, "The formal economy is no longer an option. An impenetrable bureaucracy is keeping us stuck in systems that do not give a chance to be competitive." I have to believe that he had both the IMF and the World Bank in mind. So here's the question. Are the IMF and the World Bank looking after the interests of the Central African Republic? Or are they looking after their own best interests at the expense of the Central African Republic? Time will tell. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I'll stop talking. You stay safe out there. Watch out for yourselves, but watch out for each other too. We'll see you tomorrow night.